The dollar shortage in Kenya is set to worsen as companies enter the dividend repatriation season. A number of companies such as Bamburi Cement, Stanbic and Safaricom are said to be repatriating quite a number of dollars in this season as they report to their shareholders back in the world capitals. Now, this is coming on the back of quite a huge shortage for the greenback in the Kenyan economy, which has spanned weeks, and we've seen quite a number of traders trying to go into neighboring countries to plug the gap, countries like Tanzania. And indeed, this pressure has also spread across the region, and we've seen locally here, the local unit touching highs of 3,700 against the dollar, which is a bit, high compared to where it was trading in the previous 2 or 3 months. I'm Charles Boyd, your host. Welcome to the show. Now, there's much talk as well as excitement about digital, and everyone is excited in participating on the digital platforms to sell goods, from the retailers to wholesalers to manufacturers. Everyone is trying to see how they can enter the virtual space to reach that person at the grassroots. Now, there are other aspects that are key to making this happen, and of course, in here, the financials are quite crucial. The question we're asking today: are they smelling the coffee?
For starters, digital is not just a mantra after COVID. To us, it's been real. We've been thinking digital way before COVID, though I must say the COVID pandemic accelerated our ability to diversify and do very many things under digital. So why I say this is because when you look at our strategic plan today, one of the key pillars that underpins our strategy is digitalization. Just to give you a summation of what the 5 pillars of our strategy, we have 1, which is agility, developing an agile enterprise. 2 is digitalization, that we must be a digital forward-looking business. 3 is, of course, shareholder value. Our 4th pillar on the strategy is diversification. And for you to do diversification, one of the key things you need to do is to ensure that you're a digital agile organization. So our journey with digital started with our disruption, our internal disruption in 2019. And we started positioning the business across Africa, not Uganda alone, on the digital pedestal. So we've done a lot of things in digital. We have an omni-channel, which is a digital mall. And the way we've set up our digital platform is that all the channels, at the end of the day, link up to our digital mall. So it's an omni-channel. It's a very robust platform. It does lending, it does payments in some markets, it does deposit mobilization in some markets. In Uganda, we don't do deposits yet, but we are beginning on that journey. So it's an omni-channel that supports all the other auxiliary channels. Our digital mode is very different. When I ask, everybody has done an app in the market, most people have done apps. What is different about our digital mode? Like you go into a shopping mall and find all sorts of products. People are selling, there's a food court, there's a garment store, there's a shoe store, there's an electronics store. That's how we built our digital mall platform. It's a mall where you go in and do all sorts of things. Like I've indicated, you're able to do payments, you're able to do savings in markets where we do savings. Here we can do loans, but also private players, enterprise market. We can allow in people who do all sorts of things to come into our digital mall and buy space, and we work out a revenue share agreement with them. So that's the platform we built. We're not looking at only extending our services, but we're also looking at the market coming in and being able to flagship their products on our mall, so that we have sort of an enterprise digital mall where we sell into an ecosystem. That's how our mall has been built. One of the things that the telecoms have done the last 20 years, and they are partners, we give them accolades for this, is they've done the heavy lifting in terms of awareness and making sure that virtualness or virtualization of things is appreciated in the market. The revolution that mobile wallets, mobile money, Airtel Money has done has helped us a great deal. Why am I saying this? Clients who are hard to reach today at least have what we call a non-smartphone, or that is future's phone, aka in our language, yes, capability. And they're able to do transactions on mobile money. They're able to move and share all sorts of things on mobile money. What that has done for us in the financial services sector is it has created awareness. Now, with that awareness, that's why we have things like channels like USSD. You know, USSD is a few digits, you press them, and you're able to access a service. So, as Letshego Uganda, one of the things that we built on that platform that has been built by largely telecoms in the last 20 years is ability to privilege the USSD. Like I indicated, our digital mall is omni-channel. So today our clients are able to do *287# and access the whole plethora, all the menu of our products, and eventually go to the digital mall. Now, the other thing we're trying to do for the hard-to-reach areas is one of the key things that has always lacked in this market is how do you make them bankable and credit-worthy? Now, like I indicated, the last 15 or so years of mobile money have started building some sort of data around these people. You know, people in the villages today transact using their phones, and that data is being captured somewhere. So you realize that in the digital revolution, people have started developing what we call scorecards. There's now the Africa Master Scorecard, which is run by a certain fintech in Joburg. There are quite a number of scorecards within the country today because the digital space has been able to give us opportunity to start gathering data. So we can now start doing credit scoring based on the data that we've gathered over the years. And what this has done now is that I can sit in the comfort of my office in Kampala or in Mbarara or Kabale or Mbale and score a one Boji based on the transactions he has been doing on mobile money all on his smartphone for the last couple of years. And then give them a rank and say, if Boji walks into my branch, at least 60% I know how Boji transacts. And I already assign him a weight and say, his credit worthiness is maybe on a scale of 6, on 1 to 10. Boji is at 70, all Boji is at 60, all Boji is at 40. That was not there before. Getting the credit risk, getting the credit worthiness of somebody who was rural depended on you riding a motorcycle or a van or a bicycle, go and appraise their farm, go and appraise their home, come and put all sorts of documents and come up with a credit score. It was laborious, it was hard, you could reach as very few people, but with digitalization, there's data around them, you start building a scorecard and you can start getting them into the borrowing cycle because you are able to do this digitally. The challenges are multifaceted, and I know when we talk about digital, the first thing people talk about is fraud, but I won't go there first. I think the first thing has been awareness, attitude. Like any new thing, the market has struggled with accepting digital in some instances. COVID was a very bad thing, but on the flip side, COVID dropped digital, both for the end user and for us who are in the business of doing or providing digital services. So it sort of accelerated adoption. But before COVID, adoption was very hard. And today, we are beginning to see the trend where people are going analog again. After COVID, people want to go into banking halls, people want to go into branches. So the attitude is the first thing we're struggling with. The adoption of digital is still lukewarm, especially for ages between 40 and above. For between 25 and 30, and I mean 40, the digital adoption is very high. But remember, they don't have as much disposable income. Their participation in the economy is just nascent. So it's the people between 35 and 50 who are high participation in the economy. They want to borrow, they have dreams they want to fulfill, they have all these things that they want to do, and they need finances and support. But that's where the adoption is a bit challenged. The opportunity for growth is massive, and it's in the mass market. Why do I say this? If we can get at least 70% of the population between 25 and 50 bankable, participating in transactions, in whatever form, payments, borrowing, savings, that is all an opportunity for growth in our market space. So, and we'll not reach these people using the brick and mortar that we've done in the past. There must be a platform that enrolls very many of these people.